My theory on men liking approachable women by appearance continues.
Sitting on the fence, right? A lot of them are choosing not to date. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is because you kind of need to know how these men are currently thinking right now, because this will help you with your question. What can we do to make a man that we see and like approach us so that he makes the first move? Well, you have to make him feel comfortable.
I hate when I complain that it's really hard to date because no one approaches me, and they're like, why? Is it because you're intimidating? And I'm like, no, why would you say that? And they're like, well, maybe you have a resting bitch face. And I'm like, no, I'm just fucking autistic.
Struck up a conversation with this girl that was like from Europe, and she was visiting Toronto, and she just was like, by the way, like the men here, they just don't like, they don't approach you, or like they'll find you attractive and just kind of like do nothing. And I was like, yeah, welcome to Toronto, sis.
I don't know what male gym goer needs to hear this, but please come up to us at the gym.
Fellas, they're trying to get us again, man. This is the second girl that's gone viral in the last month, talking about they want men to start approaching again.
I just saw a TikTok that said men aren't approaching women not because they're being told not to by women, but because they're just actually too scared, which is a valid reason. Like, I don't want to go up to people and talk to them, even if I think they're hot. I'm scared too. But the men in his fucking comments being like, well, I'm too ugly. Well, I'm just scared if I do what they're gonna say or what they're gonna accuse us of. Well, I don't look like Chris Hemsworth, so I can't approach a woman. I'm telling you right now, if you have pure intentions when approaching a woman and you're not trying to be creepy, if you're going up to a woman being like, yeah, I'm gonna get some tonight, that's creepy. If you're going up to a woman genuinely thinking like, you know, I think she's pretty, let me see if I could start a conversation, that's different. Like, yeah, you could still get rejected. That's okay. The more comfortable you are doing it and the more confident you get, then you'll do it more, and maybe occasionally it will land.
Get somebody else to do it.
Y'all can ask for our numbers, ask if we want to go out. If y'all get rejected, that's fine. That's normal, that's human life. But at least you went up and did it. At least you got out of your comfort zone and approached the lady. I mean, we can approach y'all too, but usually we don't, because I don't know. I know we're young in term, but at some point, us females and men will come to terms of maybe it's both sides.
Why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now? See, shout out to the guys who are confident enough to walk up to women. The masculinity on earth has diminished drastically that guys don't even come up to you anymore. They'll just stare at you from a distance. As a woman who's trying to embody her feminine energy, you're not going to catch me going up to the guy. You're just not. We can just stare at each other. See, shout out to the guys who are confident enough to walk up to women, because guys don't do that anymore.
Can we please bring back men coming up to us? Like, why are you so scared? Why are you so scared of coming up to us? Like, genuinely, I don't want, I get it, rejection, okay, I get it. However, if you go up to a girl in a nice way, I don't think you can fail. Honestly.
Yes, guys, women doing a lot of projecting is going to be serious in this one. We are continuing to see women post videos complaining about men not approaching women anymore. I'm really glad to see men hold firm and stand their ground and not surrender to the commands and orders of women.
So, why are men not confident enough to walk up to women now? We don't chase. We signal you can come up to me now. But all men do is just look at you now. And of course, if the woman is interested, she's going to keep looking your way too. But it just stays like that. Nothing ever happens because men don't walk up to women anymore. Or they're just tired of being rejected. But it's if God were to tell you that you're going to go through 20 rejections before you get to your yes, and that's going to be the love of your life, you guys would be so happy to go through all 20 because you would just so closer to the love of your life.
Especially if you've already made eye contact several times with the girl. If you're out in public and you've made eye contact, let's say you're in the subway or the bus or just walking or getting coffee or something, and you've made eye contact with this girl multiple times, she probably thinks you're attractive. So why can't you just go up to her, just say something nice, compliment her, and then ask her for her number? That's it. Please.
Sometimes Sometimes I wonder if the dating life was, hey y'all, all the men in the comments are like, oh, well, I didn't want to get married anyway. Okay, that's fine. Maybe one day you'll find a female and she'll change your mind. Personally, for me, I want to get married, and that's okay. But I'm also getting the comments about, oh, well, y'all said don't approach us. It's also probably the way you guys approach us. Like, if we're dancing with our homegirls and you just, like, come up on us and, like, just start, like, doing weird things, of course we're going to be, like, weird about it. Y'all used to send us drinks. Now y'all just stare at us from across the room and think that we have to approach y'all. What? No.
Get somebody else to do it.
You know what I think is crazy? I had dudes all in my inbox. Beautiful, you fine, I'd love to take you out, right? I'm always by myself. Anytime I'm in Minnesota, I'm typically by myself. So I go downtown, I go out, I go places, and I run into some of these dudes, right? Maybe by themselves, some of them be with their girl. But when they by themselves, they don't say 2 words to me. I'm by myself, clearly. I mean, I'll be at Nicollet Diner. I'll be at all these places by myself. And they don't say 2 freaking words to me. But all that talk in my inbox. Which is fine, because I don't want you anyway.
Simply because social media and women has made it easier for men to just simply hit them up in the DMs. It's the easiest, laziest approach ever, but it still works. Hit women up in the DM. Quieter is more discreet.
Can we please normalize men coming up to women again? I'm so annoyed that the feminist movement and all these like very entitled females now made it like almost basically impossible for a man to never not seem creepy. And I'm just like, here, like, what the heck? If you don't come up to me, I think you're a weak man. And you may not be. You probably aren't, because it'd be impossible for every man to be a weak man, especially at the gym that I go to. But, damn. The feminists really, really ruined many things. Shame on you, feminists.
Tell me why I get so mad when an ugly man approaches me or tries to hit on me. Like, the audacity, like, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Who's gonna tell her? Who's gonna tell her that these men that are hitting on her are absolutely her lane? The majority of women shoot outside of their league because they think that they're more attractive than they actually are. Like, let's be for real. All of us are average. There's a very slim percent of people that are just naturally attractive. This woman, for instance, take away her filter, even in this video, take away her lashes, her lips, all of the things that you can tell that she was insecure about, take it all away and then see how she feels about that inflated ego that she's fucking putting out into the universe. I love how women are so comfortable getting on the internet saying medium ugly this and talking shit about a man's looks, but the reality is that the majority of women's looks can be removed with a makeup wipe. And then you follow it up with this shitty personality that you think that you deserve like a hot man when you have a shitty personality. Men are stepping away from all of this bullshit because they're picking their piece over these women with these inflated egos. And the funny thing about it is that these sense of inflated egos is all fucking bullshit, because you get to know these women and they're the most insecure women. They think they're fat. They think they're ugly. They want a bunch of plastic surgery. So they talk shit about these men because it's basically just a projection about how they feel about themselves.
So I have a genuine question. And if you know me, then you know that this is coming from a loving place. And I promise I'm not a pick-me. I'm genuinely concerned. So I was talking to a male friend of mine, and we were talking about this whole trending topic of, men should just leave women alone, period. Right. And I feel like it's very divisive. Not gonna lie. I'm just gonna say that. I feel like it's very divisive, but I know that he is not allowed to make a video saying these things. So I'm going to say it. If men should not approach women in public because we're living under the assumption that all men are bad, and women aren't gonna approach men because that's just thirsty. What the fuck are we doing? Like, genuinely, what the fuck are we doing? Like, when did all men become bad? Like, and I used the example of I have been treated like shit from men, but I still do not believe that they're all bad. And that's the only example I care to share. However, This conversation is extremely divisive. And my friend would tell me like stories where he would be extremely respectful to women and they're still very like, ooh, like leave me alone. Like, are we okay? And I think about that one fucking time I was approached at the gas station and that shit made my entire fucking day. So if men want to approach a woman, there's almost like that reservation that, no, I'm not going to do it because she probably thinks I'm a weirdo or I'm a creep or I'm cringe or I'm goofy, I'm this, I'm that. But that particular woman might actually be okay with it. But social media has conditioned us to believe that we don't want men approaching us and men should not approach us because we all think that they're bad. Do y'all realize what this is doing? Like, do you understand the manipulation that this is doing? I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing shit from a different perspective, but I do not think all men are bad. I just don't. And I don't understand the logic behind that. But like I said, maybe I'm seeing it from a different perspective, a healed perspective. I don't fucking know.
Well, Miss Tattoo Lady, we appreciate you even bringing up concern about this topic and even trying to get the conversation going. But truth be told, men are over it. Men don't care about this topic anymore. And we are even to the point now where we don't even want to explain this anymore. But she don't have to get all into it too deep. Some men are still out there approaching women, just not all men.
My theory on men liking approachable women by appearance continues. This is the saga of when I look not 100% is when I get hit on the most. This is what I'm wearing to the airport. Okay? Very simple. Nothing crazy. I have had one man propose to me, and yes, propose in front of 100 other people in line. I had another man try talking to me, asking where I live and how is it on that side of the world. Not trying to make small talk because we're in line, but because he was genuinely interested, because he kept turning around and kept looking at me up and down. Not sure if he was waiting for me to be like, yeah, like here's my number or something. No. And right now, one of the golf people that drive through the airport almost like hit a wall and was like, God damn, again. Boobs aren't showing, body's not showing. I am in lazy clothes and yet I'm getting hit on or approached more often than not. I also had one of the airport people like talk to me. Yeah, so I don't know what it is, but there is a study that says that men like to approach women that look low maintenance or not as high maintenance. I feel like if I was in heels and a dress, I wouldn't be talked to as much.
See, I always try to be nice to guys whenever a guy approaches me or asks me out. Like, even if I'm not interested, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be polite about it. Like, as long as they are respectful, I'm going to be nice about it. I'm not going to be mean. I'm not going to be rude, because there are girls that are really mean to men, and especially girls that put themselves on like a pedestal and like really look down on men, and like especially if they think the guy is like a lower level than them, like they'll be really mean, and I don't like that. I don't want to be like that. I think it's ugly. And men also deal with a lot of rejection from women, like in general, and for some men it's harder for them to like approach a woman or like ask a woman out. Like, it's just harder for them, and I don't want to be mean to a guy like that. So as long as they are respectful in their approach, in their communication.
I don't know what male gym goer needs to hear this, but please come up to us at the gym.
Fellas, they're trying to get us again, man. This is the second girl that's gone viral in the last month, talking about they want men to start approaching again in the gym. After y'all spent years calling men creeps for coming up and approaching you in the gym and talking about how you don't want to be disturbed. So listen, here's the solution. Drop the manual. Drop the manual. If you want men to approach you in the gym, tell them how they should do it. Tell them what signals to look out for with your body language that will let them know you are choosing them and you want them to approach you. Because with all the horror stories that have come out in the last few years, no man is just risking approaching you and being rejected, not only in person, but being rejected by hundreds of thousands or millions of people on the internet. And then being labeled a creep. Like, how do you even get that stain off your name? Y'all gotta pick, ladies. Do y'all want men to be real men and approach you and take initiative and all these different things? Or does that make us creepy? You can't have it both ways, ladies. You gotta pick one. And
what
if
it
you find a
is.
man attractive that bad and you really want to
But
talk to
men
him,
have this
why don't you
tendency
just go
to
talk to
walk
him?
up to hit on you in the middle of your set. Like, why are you talking to me, sir? I had this happen twice today. Like, you can wait till I get done. As a matter of fact, just don't talk to me at all. That's what I prefer. Like, leave me alone. I'm not here to talk to y'all. I'm here to get my workout in so I can go about my day. But like, literally, like mid rep.
I almost don't even want to believe her that a man did that to her. Who approached someone mid-rep?
You think this is a good time to speak to me? Like, would you like me to talk to you at that time? Like, get it together. If you want to talk to a lady at the gym, I recommend make sure that y'all making eye contact. Make sure that she's using like the little smile, like the smile, like let you know it's okay to talk to her, like she's interested, right? And then wait for the, for y'all to be done with y'all workout, like catch her like walking out the gym, but don't do it mid rep. Like, wait till my set's over, please. That's disrespectful. Or like the guys who will like, this is another thing that happens. It's like when they see you working out and they'll just stay in there, like just waiting. Can I help you? And I'm nice at the gym, by the way. I'm nice. I'm like approachable. But like, don't do silly stuff.
Let me say this. This is for the ladies. Today is the youngest that you're ever going to be. So, without disrespect, if a man is approaching you, telling you that you're beautiful, saying that, hey, smile more, hey, I like you, or I'm interested, be flattered. Be appreciative. Because, like I just said, today is the youngest that you're ever going to be. Men aren't always going to be asking you for your number. They're not always going to be telling you that you're beautiful. They're not going to be all up in your face. They're not going to be catcalling you at the gas station. One day, you're not going to be attractive or desirable by men. So, appreciate the fact that men approach you. Appreciate the fact that they find you attractive right now. Because I do. And when men approach me, I appreciate it and I give them conversation. So I need y'all to get y'all shit together.
Ladies, this is a PSA from the men. Some of the ladies out there have been saying, oh, I want men to approach me in public. But they're not doing that. They're not doing so. Like, I'm doing all the things to make myself approachable. I'm making eye contact with them. Why aren't these men approaching me? And to the ladies who are like, oh, I don't want men to approach me in public, blah, 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 blah. That's okay. Just keep scrolling. Move on. Like, this one isn't for you. Or you can argue about it in the comments. That's also cool. I really don't mind. But to the ladies who are like, oh, I'm making eye contact. I'm trying to make it known that I want somebody to come up to me in public. The type of eye contact you make is so important. If you're doing one of the quick, glance over, like, look at, when you do that quick eye contact, men aren't sure if you're just scanning the area to see if there's any predators around or if you're actually interested in them. Instead, if you're trying to make it known that you want somebody to come up and talk to you, make eye contact with the person, hold a little bit of a smile, but make sure you hold not long enough that it's creepy. Nobody wants to like the death stare. That's a little Delulu crazy. But hold the look for a second or two, hold the eye contact, smile. The smile lets the person know, oh, you're looking at me, you're smiling at me, you're not scared of me. Because us men, we don't know. And when you do the quick side eye, we're going to err on the side of, this woman may or may not want to be approached. And in the case that she doesn't want to be approached, we're just going to not approach them. You need to make it blatantly clear that you want somebody to come up to you in 2023. Because look, it's tough for us men to know whether to do it or not. And there's a lot of risk of being scorned or scolded for doing so. So do it with a purpose. Make that eye contact. If you're trying to get the guys to come up to you.
Okay, so currently what we're having right now is a large percentage of men are choosing to not date women anymore. Okay, a large percentage of men are choosing not to date women anymore. They just feel like there's hardly any benefit from it. They also feel like they don't really know what to do. They're scared to put the wrong foot forward. There's a lot of expectations on men these days. They're sitting on the fence, right? A lot of them are choosing not to date. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is because you kind of need to know how these men are currently thinking right now, because this will help you with your question. What can we do to make a man that we see and like approach us so that he makes the first move? Well, you have to make him feel comfortable. Okay, because that is one of the main reasons why men are not approaching women in real life anymore, because they don't feel comfortable enough to do it. There's a stigma currently around men just approaching women in real life. So men don't really know what to do anymore. Okay, they're like, should I approach her? Should I not? Should I just pass up a baddie? Like, what should I do? Should I just go home, watch some TV? They don't know what to do, okay? Because it's tough out here for them. Now, I'm not telling you this so that we can sit here and feel bad for men. No, I don't really care, to be honest. It is what it is, right? But I'm telling you this because you need to be the kind of woman that makes the man feel comfortable to come forward. And how do you do that? By smiling. Smiling signals to the man that you are a very warm, bubbly, friendly, approachable woman, okay? You're not going to bite his ear off. You're not going to make him feel insecure. You're not going to interrogate him. When you smile, you are sending a signal to the man that it's okay to approach me, sir. Now, smile, make eye contact with the man. It's really important to hold the eye contact as well, especially if you're kind of looking across the room. You want to kind of
forget
smile.
all that eye contact crap.
And then turn
Women
around,
got to wave the guy
You
over
wanna
to them.
glance
Men
again,
are no longer playing the
hold it
whole
for 3
eye
seconds,
contact game.
and back again.
Women need to be more approachable. If you're a woman and you're wondering why men don't approach women no more, it's because a lot of women either realize it and don't care, or they don't realize that they have very strong closed energy. What I mean by that is a lot of you have a resting bitch face. A lot of you look very unfriendly and unwelcoming and unapproachable because you look really mean. And a lot of men just want mutual interest. They just don't want to approach women that just don't look friendly. Why would a man want to risk a negative encounter or approaching a woman that's going to be like, ew, get out my face, or, you know, make you feel like you're harassing them? Like, men don't want to deal with that. Like, men just want to approach women that are nice and, like, friendly and welcoming. And most women, you know, they give off a face and an energy that's just not welcoming and friendly and nice. So if you want men to approach you, you know, you have to give off more of a welcoming energy, more of a friendlier face. And I promise you, more men will approach you if you want to be approached. If you're into dating right now, like, that's something you need to fix. And if you're one of those women that feel like, yeah, you look mean and you still want men to approach you, you have to realize how much at risk that puts men. That puts men at risk of approaching the wrong girl and she's mean or rude or, you know, claims harassment against you just for approaching her. And men don't really want to deal with that. It's just a lot easier to only approach women that look friendlier, that smile, that give you some kind of friendly eye contact, some kind of friendly energy or welcoming energy. And I promise you, more men will approach you.
It has nothing to do with being scared.
Can we please, like, bring back men coming up to us? Like, why are you so scared? Why are you so scared of coming up to us?
It has nothing to do with rejection.
Like, rejection, okay, I get it. However, if you go up to a girl in a nice way, I don't think you can fail.
Men are not afraid to walk up to you, and we have no problem actually initiating. Everything you said in the video is disingenuous. And respectfully, you don't get it. At the end of the day, you might have experienced rejection, but you've never experienced the male experience. So no, you don't get it. And that's the reason why you're not getting approached, because you don't get it. Men are definitely exhausted. They're very tired. And I'm going to tell you why you're not being approached, and it's very simple. We're tired of the no text backs. We're tired of spending money on dates and then all of a sudden you disappear and we have no idea. We're tired of scheduling and trying to get a date, but you're constantly busy and always going somewhere. We're tired of all the insults, the I don't need a man. Adulting that's just being confused for independence. The gaslighting, the lies, all of the over-sexualization of yourself, but then we're wrong for even joining in or calling it out. The constant going out every weekend and not expecting to be hit on or make a mistake ever. Mind you, not every guy is experiencing this, but this is the thing that is the biggest deterrent to everything. Stop expecting us to just be okay with the mind games and the constant pain of not understanding. Why is it so difficult to get to know you? So stop trying to, honestly, you seem very genuine in your video. It's just you don't know what you're saying is disingenuous. But just insinuating that we have a fear of something that we're very used to, take rejection. Men have to be rejected for the most part. Like, guys aren't going to walk up to majority of the girls in their life and they're going to say yes. And rejection isn't always at the beginning. A lot of times rejection is later on in the end. It takes a lot to deal with just y'all as a person. The nagging, the constant beration, the problems, the meanness, all that stuff is culminating into, well, I'm just not going to walk up to her because I just don't want to talk to that anymore.
Just wait for it.
I'm downtown right now.
Sorry, I know you're eating pizza.
Hello.
You're texting on your phone?
A little bit.
It looked really good. I didn't want to interrupt your little moment.
Thank you.
But you look stunning in your coat.
Thank you.
You look very confident eating that pizza right now.
Thank you. I very much am. It's really good. Imani.
Imani, nice to meet you.
Mhm.
My name is Max. I just saw you from right there, and I didn't realize that I'd already have a crush for you in 5 seconds.
Oh, really?
That's the fastest I've had a crush for somebody in 5 weeks.
You're a rubber.
Yeah.
I know it's probably like this no matter what city you live in, state, whatever the case may be, right? Ladies, you need a confidence booster? Go to the gas station. You're not feeling it today? Go to the gas station. You need a compliment? Go to the gas station. You want a little bit of attention? Go to the gas station. Just go to the gas station. I'm just saying, though, you don't think you look the cutest? Go to the gas station. Them niggas do not play, okay? I'm just saying, though, it's not directed towards me. I'm just generally speaking, you need anything, go to the gas station. You want to feel like somebody, go to the gas station.
You said what? You like my hair? I like your hair too. What I'm doing? I'm about to go get some food. Why, you giving me some food? Right, yeah, real nice and quiet. But like I was saying, I love when I fucking wake up and put nothing on and still look like that bitch. Like, you know you a badass bitch when you wake up like this, and you just gotta go to the store real quick just to go pick up something and go back to your bed because you fucking old. Like, look at this. I ain't gonna lie, I look like I put something on, right? Let me show y'all. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm always embarrassing myself. They was looking at me. I know they like the show. But real life shit, watch out what you do every night. Because I'm still watching you, silly hoe.
A lot of this is just seeking validation and attention sometimes with women. Most women know they don't want to be approached anyway because they are socially awkward themselves. A lot of women know they can be socially awkward too, especially in these antisocial times we are living in. Some cities, if you speak to a woman, you can see how nervous she is simply because you spoke to her. A lot of them don't necessarily want to meet people in person. And I think a lot of women prefer to meet men online these days. That's where they meet men at, online. That's why so many women are on these dating game apps in the comfort of their home, just playing and toying with men. And I don't know what the big issue is with women approaching men. Women approach the men that they want all the time. Why is women making an issue about, you know, guys approaching them and blah, blah, blah? I do feel like women will have no issue with the man they want approaching them, but it's when the guy that they don't like or they're not interested in approaching them, that's when they, you know, got themselves in the situation that they are in now. But that's all I got in this video. You guys drop a comment down below and let me know what you think about these women continuing to try to convince men to come back to the table to start approaching women again. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.